Oh yeah, that's And we are live. Fucker, here we go. Welcome to Inform Collective. This is our match week review. We'll be discussing match week 23. Arsenal dropped points. United got the big chest on today. Let's get into it. Where do we want to start? We want to introduce. We got a new member up here. So
we got a new member, bro. We got a new
Big five up here. So we got Walid, got Arsenal Bull up here. He wants to say what's up. Talk to us.
What's up?
How you feeling?
What's up, everyone? I've just been following along with you guys on Instagram for a while. I've been, leaving comments. Me and Potter go way back.
Yeah.
I felt like there wasn't enough Arsenal rep on there on the stories. I see a lot of talk about Man U, Spurs, Chelsea. So
yeah, they're seeing propaganda, bro.
Yeah,
so there's too much glazing going on, bro.
A lot of glazing. So I think I wrote that.
Let them know.
Yeah, probably not the best time for me. Probably not the best time for me to hop on here, but
come on.
I showed up, so I'm ready to go.
No, our team's been doing well, so we bigging up our boys. That's all I'm saying.
That's it, man. In form, right?
And also, for real though, shout out Walid, bro. Ever since we started, bro, always, showing love to the boys and to the channel and to what we
appreciate that.
So we had to get him on one. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a rough week for you to be up here,
tough
one. Let's get into it. How you feeling after the loss? You have any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, initial thoughts was that this loss was a long time coming, right? I mean, performance-wise, right? I mean, what kind of worries me the most is not really the table or the points or our lead getting cut from 7 to 4. It's like you guys all know, right? I mean, open play has been a struggle for a while for Arsenal.
Yeah.
We're either scoring own goals, corner kicks, right? It's kind of weird to say that Arsenal's struggling. I mean, we're on top of the Champions League, we're on top of the Premier League, but there isn't one player on Arsenal in the attacking sense that you would say is having a very good season this year. There's not one player, right? So to me, that's like a loss like this to Man U. Yeah, it's shocking on paper because we shouldn't be losing at home, but it's really not that shocking when a team like Man U, who have a lot of confidence, new manager, players who are in form, and Mbeumo has been scoring goals, right? I mean, Cunha comes off the bench these days and he's doing something. So I don't want to say this loss was like I'm not completely shocked, but it's been coming, and I think it's a good wake-up call, to be honest with you, more than anything. So
you think Arteta can coach an attack? I feel like he keeps switching things in and out, and he's not really sure, not giving people the time. Like Eze scores goals, doesn't play.
I think he struggled with player management over the years. I mean, 2 years ago, I remember he didn't trust anyone on the bench. Last couple title races where we ended up causing us big trouble when a player went down. I remember when Saliba got injured and we had to throw in Rob Holding. He hadn't played all season, and we absolutely collapsed every time Rob Holding played. This season, you see players like Eze, who, when we signed him, everyone thought this is the guy that's probably gonna get us over, and now he doesn't. I mean, if he gets minutes, it's surprising when he gets subbed on these days, right? It's like you almost forget he's there. He has a tough time rotating players, especially in big games, right? Continues to play the same players over and over. Odegaard, who should not be the captain, should definitely be rotated in and out. But he's the first one on the name sheet every week, it feels like, and there's things like that just don't make sense. So can Arteta coach an attack? I don't know. To be honest with you, I know this is year 5, year 6, and it's still not 100%.
Yeah, what phase are we in? Are you saying like phase 8, phase 9?
I know. It's If this was year 2, I would say give him time. But at this point, he has all the players he wanted. He signed his big money striker.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to be the missing link, bro.
Everyone thought that was the missing link. Everyone wanted.
Really, who you guys wanted though is Gyökeres who you guys genuinely wanted?
So I mean, it seems like Gyökeres was the one that Arsenal wanted, right? It seemed like we had to pick between him and Sesko, and we had the first choice, right? And I know it's funny to make fun of Arsenal now, but everyone wanted Gyökeres in the summer. So it's easy to be like we got stuck with it, but is he the right man? I mean, obviously, I can't explain why he looks this bad on the team, right? I mean, he doesn't even look like he can dribble. His touches are bad, right? I understand coming from Sporting, it doesn't mean you're an established striker, but it's got to be a nerve pressure thing that he's dealing with, right? He has, so I mean, that's another issue that we're struggling to find out, and Arteta can't really figure out who should be starting striker every week. That's another issue. So
I also feel like it's the way that Arteta plays. Like there's runs that Gyökeres makes and so on, but his play, like, you know, whether it's Saka or Trossard or Martinelli and others, even Odegaard, like they don't find him when he's making those runs. And I think it's because, and this is just my opinion, I just think it's because, like, you know, they're so not used to playing with an out-and-out striker that they don't even know what to do. Like, if you remember the Chelsea goal, and I think I brought it up last week, and I definitely brought it up to some people I've talked to that are Arsenal fans. Like, he made a run in for Saka to pass the ball against Chelsea, and then Saka cut back. And then I don't remember if he played or passed to somebody that ended up playing it, and then it bobbled through, and then he scored on Chelsea. But that was during the cup game. But it was just like, yo, man, this man made a perfect run, like near post run. It got in front of the defender, never got the ball, and it's like, you know, they're not working.
No, that's valid. We have not been playing to his strengths at all, right? And that's Saka. We have not found him at all, right? He doesn't get many touches on the ball, which is a fault to his own too, right? I mean, good strikers, they come, they find the ball, they link up play. He definitely struggles with that. You look at Ekitike at Liverpool. You know, he doesn't just sit in the box. He's dropping deep. He's moving the ball, and he's finishing. So Gyökeres is struggling to get linked, but we're also not playing to his strengths at all either.
Yeah, so my question on that is, like, you mentioned something here a little bit ago where it's like, you know, everyone was in for Gyökeres in the summer, and it's Gyökeres versus Sesko, and I think there were a lot of rumors that, you know, Arteta was more inclined to Sesko, right? And now I feel like, you know, given what you guys are saying, I feel like we all see it, right? It feels like a square peg in a round hole. Like, he's making the runs, he's finding the space, but he clearly just doesn't fit the team. And I haven't honestly seen a lot from Sesko, to be honest, to see like, oh yeah, he's the reason why, you know, Arteta wanted him. But I think there's definitely a misprofiling of what they wanted, because, you know, Gyökeres is missing some easy chances, but he's also like, bro, there's some, the Chelsea one is I think most egregious. He was like completely open down the middle, and Saka didn't even try to, he didn't even try to find him. Yeah. So, Brath, can you share? I just posted something on the. I mean, I feel like this is pretty damning, right? When we talk about
I mean, I think this
is run it, Steve-O.
No, I'm not running. I'm just providing perspective. No. And I think my big thing when I see all this is, we joke about this being Arteta's 7th, 8th phase, but I feel like with each phase, the team becomes more defensive. And like, it's not even, I feel like you look at the numbers and year over year. I mean, if you think about Arteta ball when he first started, it was actually exciting. There was a lot of attacking options there. And so I think, you know, my question is, as a fan, do you feel like the longer he coaches the team, the more he emphasizes defense, and the longer he coaches it, he kind of coaches out that attacking flair, if you will.
Yeah, I think there's a valid point to that. I mean, like you said, Steve, when in the beginning of Arteta ball, it was definitely a lot more exciting. But I think what happened in the first couple seasons, if you remember, we got a couple bad beatings, especially from City. And I think it wasn't after those couple beatings when Arteta started to shift his mentality of like defense wins titles kind of mentality. He clearly plays that way. Arsenal played extremely cautious in every big game this season. Yeah. It's not against Liverpool. 0-0 at home. We played okay, but not enough chances. All the big games this season, Arsenal have struggled to create chances, let alone score goals. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I do agree. We play very cautious on the ball, backwards passing, sideways passing, almost to not make a mistake, right? And it seems like that's been Arteta's MO this season and last season especially. It's been growing into that direction. And it's funny when you play like that, as you see over the weekend, you play cautious, and then Zubimendi, right, passes the ball with no pressure on him and gives it away. I think that instills that fear factor into players, right? Everyone is playing to not lose, and that causes errors in its own right? Yeah. And that's probably my biggest gripe with Arteta is that it's that let's not lose the game. Instead of we're champions, we're at home, let's batter these guys, right? We've had 4 or 5 opportunities this season to go out and just like cement the title. And every time we have a decent lead, we drop points, right? It's happened to City at home, Liverpool at home, and you know, this weekend against Man U. So
I saw the fans like booed Arteta. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good.
was gonna say I saw the fans boo Arteta at full time, and at first I was like, you guys are top of the league. But I think what you're saying is, I'm not speaking for Arsenal. Is that like why you feel like the fans are frustrated and they're kind of booing because they're just like,
yeah. I mean,
PTSD,
it is weird, right? Top of the Champions League table, top of the Premier League, But at the same time, it's like, to me, and I think with a lot of Arsenal fans, right? We're not necessarily looking at the table and saying we look good, right? It's our Arsenal, according to the eye test, do not look good, right? Regardless of if we have a 5-point lead or if we're behind City and Liverpool by 5 points. So I think it's the fact that we know how this season, if this season continues the way it is, we already know how this season is going to end, and it's not going to be with any trophies, right? So just because you're top of the league in January, I mean, we've been top of the league in January last 3 seasons. So it's like, why, so I don't think that means anything. That's why people like to say,
talk dirty to me. This is what I want to hear.
So you said something earlier with, you said like, Odegaard shouldn't be captain.
Yeah.
Is there like a issue with leadership within the locker room, or is it Arteta? Is it both? Like, do you think that certain players aren't stepping up? Like, do you think someone else? Who do you think should be captain?
I mean, I think everyone here probably knows who should be captain of Arsenal, right? It's probably, and it's Rice, and if it's not Rice, to me, it's big Gabs at the back, right? But I mean, I don't think that's the real issue anyway, right? And whoever wears the armband, it's not like that's going to change our form, right? End of the day, I feel like on the field themselves, players are not taking accountability. And I do think that starts from the manager, though, not to completely bail out players, right? Again, it goes back to whenever we have these big games, it's all about playing cautious and playing slow. And our gameplay, shows that. The way Odegaard sits on the ball, the way we almost kind of play for corner kicks at times, right? So, I think we do have a leadership issue. And it's worrying because we shouldn't. We have players like Big Gabriel. We have Rice, who if we had we sign Rice this summer, people would be like, this is the guy that you guys need, right? But we have him already. We have a lot of these players. So it's more of a worrying. Yeah, I don't have the answer for you, but yeah.
No, I agree, Rice. I think Rice shows more of captain, qualities on the field.
He's a vocal leader and an actual example.
And example leader for sure. So I agree with that. But I don't know. I kind of hearing like you're kind of maybe on the Arteta outside, or you kind of waiting for like this.
You know what?
And if the season does go the way that everyone else thinks it's going to go, and City wins or whoever else wins, and you guys end up trophyless, are you Arteta out or?
Yeah, I for sure am, but I don't know. I mean, I've had multiple times this season where even though we're top of the table, I don't like to say Arteta out because that just sounds so social media like and so like AFTV. Like I know that's kind of what people like to see here on, but I feel like to me with Arteta, I feel like I see once I know who you are, I feel like he's shown us who he is, right? Like Steven was saying, the way it's been, he went from playing attacking soccer to now it's like it is what it is. We're playing defensive soccer against the big teams at least, and we're struggling to score goals. Again, if this was Arteta year 2, I would say give him time, right? I mean, we are still not a team that kind of just sack coaches anyway, right? But again, we're in year 6 now, right? We have one FA Cup to show for it, and that was in his first season when he took over Emery's team, right? How long? I don't know how much more time he needs now. He has a striker. He has a striker. We have Arsenal the best depth in the Premier League this season. I don't think anyone here would no one would argue that. So we have, we can't, and we've done well even with a lot of injuries, but he's prepared our team with the depth. But again, he has all the tools. So at this point, I don't see why to keep him on again for another year if there's no trophies. I don't understand why at this point.
I have one last point and kind of question and maybe just observation. I feel like as a fan, we see this stuff, and sometimes you feel like there's a disconnect between the players and the fans, where the fans are like, oh yeah, this is a crappy team, they're easy to beat, and the players are like, no, they're really hard. So I thought it was super damning, because when, like, as a fan, we watch it play and we say like, okay, open ball, Arsenal's not that scary. Corner, terrifying. But I don't know if you guys saw Ahmad's comment on social media riling up those fans. When I saw that made me realize, oh, the players feel this too. He's specifically saying like it's all on corners. And so if the players are that confident, and I feel like if you're playing against Arsenal, when they have open play, like the defense is almost confident, like, all right, nothing's going to happen here.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just an observation. I thought, okay, if the players feel this is more than just like the fans, chat.
No, I think it's a real thing. I forget who it was last season before we had a striker. I think it was Nuno. When he was coaching Nottingham when they beat Arsenal, I believe I think after the game he said, "Oh, they don't have a striker. It's very easy to defend against them." And I know that was last season, right? And this season we have a striker, but I feel like sometimes you don't have to be a rocket scientist, right? You can watch Arsenal play and be like, "No, they don't generate many chances from open play." You put up the slide that we don't have any attacking player that's scoring goals right now. Saka doesn't score goals. Trossard scores the occasional one. We don't have a striker that puts goals. Martinelli has never been reliable. Madueke, he's has short bursts off the bench, but he's not. I mean, he's great cover for Saka. I love having him, to rest, because we never were able to rest Saka, but he's not going to grab goals. I mean,
crazy.
If we know this,
I thought Madueke was. I mean, in the beginning of the season when you guys first got him, it looked like Madueke was looking to take Saka's like shirt from him and be like, like he was going to be the new starter. I mean, it looks like they're trying to try both things with Saka on the left in the last couple of minutes of the game. But I mean, I don't know what happened to Madueke because
I don't believe Madueke was ever here to take Saka's shirt. Right. I think the issue with Saka was that we've run him to the ground. He's had back-to-back seasons with hamstring surgeries. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is more of a we don't want him to retire by the time he's 29 type of signing. I think that's what it was. And Madueke, he's pretty dangerous. He's pretty direct, but it's not leading to goals, right? So if we all know this, of course, players like Ahmad and the coaching staffs are all watching Arsenal go, as long as we don't give them free goals the way Zubimendi gave Man U a free goal, we're not really in threat until there's a corner kick. Of course, that changes, but no, that is the consensus. I feel like everyone has to know that. Yeah, at this point.
I got two little things, just kind of like want to hear from an Arsenal fan. First one is, do you think Merino should be playing up top over Gyökeres? And then the next one is, how do you feel about Nwaneri leaving? Like, I feel like that was like a stupid decision, but definitely what you want to pick your head on, like as Ben who's like obviously a lot closer and follows them, and what your thoughts on those 2 points are.
To answer the striker one, right? I think realistically, Merino probably should be the striker, right? He's the only striker that we have that consistently scores. Jesus, I like Jesus when he comes off the bench in the last 15 minutes. He usually can get something, right? He's not a starter for me. He never was. The only other person to look at is possibly Havertz again. But also, I feel like that. I mean, it's like we're just going back in a circle, right? We were tired of Havertz last year, so we signed a striker, and then now we're going back to Havertz, right? Yeah. So I don't have the best answer. I probably would just say Merino at this point, right? Not because he's the best striker in the world, but he scores. That's all I can say. Right? He does grab a goal pretty consistently compared to the rest. And then your second answer, I think it's a good loan move for Ethan. I would say Arteta wasn't giving him game time. We do have a lot of depth in that midfield, right? I mean, even Merino comes off the bench and he's going to come ahead of the over there before Ethan. I've joked around and said I probably wish we loaned out Odegaard and kept Ethan, but realistically speaking, that's not the case. But I think it's a good move for Ethan. Again, Arsenal have the best depth in the Premier League. We have a lot of options, so I think it's a good move for him. So yeah.
All right.
Let's pivot over to the happier side.
You still confident about this Premier League title?
No, God, no. I
feel like this is such. I don't want to cut you off, but this is such a cordial Arsenal interaction, bro. I was expecting to be to butt heads a little bit, but I completely understand everything.
Bro, man's in pain right now, bro.
This is like 8 Mile, bro. He pulls out Marshall Mathers. I don't know what to say now.
Listen, my Arsenal fans get a bad rep online, right? Because the loudest ones are the ones that we know. But that's kind of why talking to you guys, I was like, I know a lot of Arsenal fans who aren't going into every game going, "Oh, this is our league," for sure. And then when we bottle it, everyone, it's easier to make fun of us, right? Because it's, "Oh, you guys were supposed to win the league." But I know a lot of Arsenal. I'm in a group chat with a lot of Arsenal fans. A lot of us are worried, right? And before this weekend, right? But you would say, why? We have a 7-point lead because everything I said, right? We're not scoring goals. I mean, our defense is starting to lead goals here and there, right? We're not as solid as we probably should be. So. Yeah, I feel like, there's a misconception that all Arsenal fans are like the ones we see on Twitter and Instagram, and it's just not the case. I know a bunch of that are level-headed and were worried before even the Man U lost, to be honest with you. It wasn't because of the Man U lost. We've seen it coming.
Yeah, so. Like you said, you weren't scoring. It was 0-0 for like the last
0-0. We've had last couple of games we didn't score. We haven't scored a goal in the last 2 Premier League games, and then even against Man U, own goal and a corner kick. I mean, which is what we've been doing. So I don't know how anyone could tell you, I'm confident about the league. No, it's not. And again, it's more of an eye test issue. It's not a point. Whether we were 10 points or 2 points, right? The eye test isn't good. That's all I know.
Yeah, and honestly, dude, I haven't heard a single Arsenal fan say that all season even. I think the PTSD of like the bottle after bottle after bottle, like, bro, even when they had the biggest lead, every Arsenal fan I know was like, nah, dude, we like until we have the trophy in our hands, like nothing. And I mean, I get it though. I get it.
I mean, and people forget. I know we like to say the word bottle a lot, and don't get me wrong, it is the case for sure. It's happened, right? But 2 seasons ago, Arsenal lost the league to Man City by 2 points, the 23-24 season. In the last 18 games in the Premier League, we went 16-1-1, right? Yeah. That's an impressive run to end the season, right? Obviously, we had a couple spells. I think we lost at home to Villa that season, and then I think we drew a game beforehand, right? But we've put a run of 16 games and 1 draw in our last 18, and still weren't able to close that out against City. I feel like a lot of PTSD comes from
you're exactly at that point. We got 15 games left,
Yeah, so. It's kind of funny because it's a similar situation where like Spurs have to play City again, and
Sonny's not here this time.
Where are you going, Tottenham? Where are you going? 13th place?
No, idiot. I'm talking about how like we have to play City. Yeah, exactly. City, like we pretty much gave the trophy to City that year because Son just shot it right at.
So and again, you know what? I just one last thing. It's funny how that's how quickly things can change, right? If Son scores that breakaway, 100%. And I don't want to do the whole ifs, ands, and buts. I understand, like if our soccer scores 30 goals, we win. But we were talking about the second and last game of the season. If Son scores that breakaway, Arteta wins the Premier League. So I know I'm pessimistic, and I'm not saying that
I feel like I have to say something, dude. As a Liverpool fan, 99 points, still lost by 1 point.
Yeah,
it was 3 millimeters. Guess what? Here's the worst part about this all, because I actually feel for you so hard. Nobody, like, I'm not saying I don't care. The greater soccer fandom doesn't care, and it's frustrating, bro. Because you see these great performances, you get all this hype.
I know.
Then you lose by 1 point, and everyone's like, "Oh, you bottled it to City," and it's like, "What are you talking about? We put a historic season together." Like. Yeah. Oh, dude, I got PTSD.
You Liverpool fans,
those who haven't won it in a while win. So like, everyone's so pumped about like seeing City win, and like everyone's like now rooting for City, including myself.
No, of course. And you Liverpool fans, you Liverpool fans have understand it more than anybody. You guys had those elite team side as well too. Oh, this Arsenal side is a good side, but they're not elite by any means. And you guys have had those Klopp elite sides lose it by a millimeter. But like you said. Doesn't matter, right? You lost the league that year. If Son just scores a breakaway that he does 99 out of 100 times, the bottling jokes are over, right? But because he misses a breakaway, we're stuck in the same situation. It's a fickle game, but it is what it is, right? So
that's why we love it.
That's why we love it.
But hey, if we didn't do that, then we would have never won Europa because that brought us to Europa. That dropped us out to 5th place from 4th that year.
Man, that's because Man United bottled it. It's not because Spurs won it.
Honestly, I was a United fan this weekend, so I'm not gonna make any jokes. Let's pivot over to how you feeling over there, bro. Right. You have a lot to say, so let's see how you feeling.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling amazing. Come on. I'm feeling amazing. Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Is that a Cristiano Ronaldo hat you got on?
No, this is a Colorado Rapids.
Oh, I was like, bro.
CR7. He wore that on purpose.
I was like, I could see it.
I did it on purpose,
though. He definitely wore it on purpose.
I could see it.
Come on. Yeah, man, we did. It was amazing. It was a great game. I feel like Arsenal definitely started off on a stronger, foot that game. I would say the first 30 minutes was all Arsenal. I was scared. I was looking at that. I was thinking my 2-1 prediction is no more. It might be 2-1 to Arsenal or something. But especially after the first goal too, that Arsenal put away, I I don't even know. It's just I don't even know how that happened. We seemed like we were doing something. We had some good passes coming, and then it came to our side of the pitch, and then it just small tap in by Licha the Butcher, and then 1-0 to Arsenal. But hey, man, the one thing I wasn't scared about is that head down mentality that we had under Amorim. I feel like as soon as that goal went in, players were back on our side, and we were ready to go for the next goal. I'm glad we got that 1-0 equalizer before halftime, and that just set out the energy for the rest of the game. Beautiful goal, beautiful. Bro, honestly, goal of the season, possibly. Honestly, probably the best goal I've ever seen in my life.
You're saying,
bro,
you're saying who's goal?
Best goal you've ever seen?
Patrick
Dorgu. That's not even better than Wayne Rooney's a bite. Maybe not even.
I mean, I didn't see it live though.
I thought you were talking about.
I was watching. No. Mbeumo. Yeah, Mbeumo's was calm, but Patrick Dorgu, bro.
Nah, bro,
Dorgu, Bruno.
Every player dreams of playing, hitting that ball like that, height bouncing ball right outside the 18 to just smoke that.
Bro, we gotta have start talking about if this guy's the most conditioned player in the league right now, Patrick Dorgu.
Bro,
I might be the first. I might be a little too ahead of myself, but he's looking great, man. He has the same coach as Frimpong. So these guys are out here working, and I'm proud of this dude, bro. Same thing with Casemiro. Casemiro was a workhorse in that midfield. Every tackle, I did not see a mistake from this guy. I feel like ever since that announcement came on, a bit of that pressure lifted off his shoulders, and he's just enjoying himself at this moment. So that as well.
Kobe Mainoo's the distance he ran is been top of the team ever since Carrick's joined. Obviously only 2 games, but the difference, I'm trying to find the stats now, the difference between how much he ran under Amorim and how much he ran under Carrick is shocking. And I'm curious, do you think that's the player or the coach's tactic?
Mano didn't play really.
Yeah, he didn't even get to play. The only 2 games he played
this season, he played a lot last season. He played a lot
last season. Last season, it was
under Amorim
too. Under Amorim, I don't know. I feel like it could be a mix of both. I feel like once you're not sold to the idea of what a coach is trying to give you, it's players kind of get wary. World Cup's coming up. They're trying to, in a sense, be selfish in a way. They want to join the national team. They want to, obviously we know how Kobe does in England, so that's his big target on his head, I feel like. And Amorim this season just did not give him a chance. The only chance he did was Grimsby and a game at Brighton, and the Brighton game was also under Darren Fletcher. So it was the only game he got under Amorim was that Grimsby game, and we all know what happened that game. So I'm glad he's getting minutes now. I'm glad he's in that double pivot with Casemiro. He's going to learn a lot these last 4 months, in the league. And we'll see. They're saying Elliot Anderson. They're saying my man from I forget his name now. But man, I'm very happy with the squad. It's Cunha, masterclass goal right off the bench. Carrick's been doing perfect with these subs. Even with City, Patrick Dorgu came on as sub, scored a goal. Cunha came on as sub, scored a goal again, 87 minute around, so don't really have much negative to say. I would say Licha on that first one. What's up?
You want to have Carrick for the main
That's
job?
a good question.
Carrick at the wheel.
That's the question now. That is the question now. I feel like I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna have to see a couple more games. See, what we know with United is that we do well with these top flight teams, man. Arsenal, City, Liverpool. We'll do well with these type of teams, but we have a game coming up with Fulham next, away at Cottage. So that's gonna be a good test to see. All right, Fulham's definitely gonna play a low block. So how are we gonna go out there away and try to get a result? And based on that, based on a few performances away, I feel like I can be more guaranteed to say, why not? Let's give him a shot. He's managed only 5 games so far, and he hasn't lost. He's and the managers this guy has played against is Emery, Tuchel, Arteta twice, and Pep. Hasn't lost a game yet. All right, he's tied a game once and won 4 times. So why not, man? Why not? We should be asking that question. You know, Rio. I saw Rio say post about this. You know, why not? Why not? Right? Like we're giving guys like
Rio's Ole at the wheel signed the contract.
I was just gonna say that
he was. I was also Ole at the wheel until I saw like, okay, maybe Carrick could be an option. You know, he does have more of credibility than Ole did at Cardiff. You know, even though Carrick got what's it called, Middlesbrough to semifinals, and I think
they're talking about in the past.
Yeah, in
the first go.
Oh, the first time. Okay.
Yeah.
But Rio's Rio, you know.
I think Man U fan. Yeah, I think with Man U we've seen this before, right? I mean, I think there's nothing that Carrick can do to win or lose a job. I think that's how it should be for Man U.
Right. He's in the best. He's in the best position. Right?
Yeah. He just needs to game by game, get you guys in the top 4, and then reevaluate in the summer. You guys have done this before, right? I think after 2 games, no matter how good you guys look, to talk about him staying, to me, it's like, yeah, we've done this with Ole. Ole came in, did a job, and you guys were in love with him.
16 games unbeaten, exactly.
Rio was saying sign the thing online, and then now it's and then didn't work out. So yeah, I think it's way too early for even to say anything like that. But
I'm still saying Luis Enrique.
No,
yeah, it's a great start.
I want to see what your feelings are, though. You know, I'm just trying to see which side.
Dude, I'm glad Carrick came through and brought the DNA back, brought the United DNA back. Fast attacking, counterattack. You know, that it is a complete opposite from Amorim. You know, that fucking haram ball. Oh my days, man. You know, I try to back him as best as I can, guys. You know, you guys were here. You saw me. I was trying to back him as best as I can.
Why would you back that?
It's the Monclesi, bro. What you mean, yo?
Yeah, I know.
Had him swooning, yo.
Moncler had me fooled, bro. Moncler had me fooled, bro. But yeah, man. Yeah, we move. Fulham next. You know,
I got a question though. How do you feel about like Martinez and Maguire kind of taking up the back spot when what's his name, Aiden Haven or whatever was doing well.
Aiden Haven. Mm-hmm.
Everybody was saying, Lenny Euro's the truth, and now they're not there, but you guys are doing well. I mean, like, how do you feel like, about that? Do you think that, they need to be rotated in, or they kind of just need to sit bench and just let the guys that
not at all. I don't think they need to sit bench, but it's definitely a rotation thing. I feel like Carrick
went for rotate your center backs like that, or you shouldn't if they're playing well and they're fit.
Right. That's true. I mean, Dijk is also kind of coming off of an injury too, but in terms of Euro and Aiden, I feel like he's just trying to take a more cautious approach with them.
Euro wasn't playing well either the last couple of games.
Yeah, he wasn't exactly, and that's why you get you got to sit on the bench, maybe come on at 60, 70 minutes, and then make your impact from there.
But they're center backs, bro, and like you don't got no midweek games to be played.
Right.
There is no way to rotate.
Right. So we're going into this. Right. We're going into this with the mentality of we need 3 points or we need 1 point. And how can we get there? And right now, Carrick is relying on experience, and that's it. Bro. Maguire's been there, Martinez has been there in these big games. Maybe you'll see Haven come on. You'll see Fulham. Against Fulham, you'll see Euro come on against Fulham. But as of right now, he's just trying to take it as cautious as possible. He's just like, we were in a deep ditch with Amorim. Let's lay out a solid foundation and then build from here.
Yeah, watch out for Fulham though. They're in 7th place, bro.
No, you're right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is the real test for us. Even under Amorim, bro. Amorim used to say this shit too. He used to be like, bro, we'll play well against City. That amazing last minute goal against Ahmad at the Etihad. When we were playing, I think it was later on in the season. He was like, dude, I'm not worried about these big games, small teams like Grimsby and all these. That's the true test. If we can go through this shit with our
the true test, guys. You heard it here first.
yo, clip that.
This guy, bro. This guy really chatting big from 14th place, bro.
Oh, good.
Bro, you sit there,
bro.
Please sit there with your trophy, and let's talk. This is next season sentence for you, bro.
Yeah, facts. I got a question though, honestly though, real shit.
What's up?
Like let's say Carrick, for real. Let's say Carrick, does well end of the season, and then they give him the keys and everything. What, like under this system, what players do you think you need to complete the, what's your missing puzzle piece?
Man, under this new system, now it's back to a 4-2-3-1. So, I mean,
because like, who do you lose in the summer? Do you lose Bruno? Do you lose
Casemiro? Bro,
maybe
you're gonna lose Casemiro for sure. Yeah.
Casemiro for sure. Luke Shaw maybe as well. Harry Maguire is still up. Dallo definitely.
Dallo's gotta go.
Thank you, Dallo. Send that boy back. Send that boy wherever Amarim is.
This weekend, yeah.
Yeah, man. Send that boy wherever Amarim is. Nowhere else. Who else, man? I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. There's still a lot of youth prospects. Manuel Ugarte as well. Please, Ugarte, thank you for the service, brother. Pack it in. Let's go. Yeah.
That's like 6 players just named, and they're all pretty much within your midfield.
Right. Yeah. That's what we're looking into. Elliot Anderson as well from Nottingham Forest, I think. And who's the Palace player, bro?
Adam Wharton.
Adam Wharton as well. So these are some new players that are, they might make a promising impact in the midfield with Kobe Manu.
Still got Mason Mount, so chill, bro.
Damn, bro. See, I even forgot, bro. We also forgot, bro. I mean, Potts' man Palmer might be coming through as well. So, that's one thing as well. He said, "Yo, I want to go home, man.
I need to find an actual competent club to play for."
Put one.
Nah, it's cool though. He did what he had to do in Chelsea. It was a young club.
Club World Cup, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, 150 on the table, bro.
How long does he have on his contract, dude? If you guys get him, Chelsea are going to fleece you.
Bro, he's there for 20 more years.
You're not buying that contract out, bro.
Bro, it's cool, man. We can have a little trade. I know you guys. Maybe a little Luke Shaw. I don't know how Chilwell's doing out there.
They need some defenders for sure. So I mean, maybe some.
Maybe
Euro.
Who knows? Nah. Euro is a project, and
Euro is a project.
Yo, run me 150. Run me 150, then we can speak, bro.
Nah, see, that's disrespectful, bro. After Garnacho, you gonna talk to me like that after Garnacho, bro?
What you talking about? We saved you, fam.
I gotta say, yeah, you should be feeling disrespected, not you, bro.
We saved you, bro. That guy is the worst one-on-one attacker I've seen ever.
Garnacho, he's funny.
If you actually watch Chelsea games, bro, this guy literally loses the ball or just turns around and passes it back, cuts inside every time. Like, he cannot beat his man one-on-one. It's actually quite frustrating.
He misses home too, man. He's out here commenting under United posts, congratulating United players and shit. Like,
wait, one more big question. Actually, I did see a rumor about Marcus Rashford. Are you guys gonna look to recall him?
Yeah, maybe he might be coming back as well. But I think it's best for both parties there if he stays at Barca.
Yeah,
I think he should just stay at Barca. I mean, Marcus did his thing. Coming back into the squad, that might just reopen all the things that we've been going through the past few years. So, I think it's thank you, bro.
It's best
leave it
where
I fuck with Rashford too, man.
Actually, bro, he been put on a clinic, bro.
Yeah, man. He's doing his thing in La Liga. Why not? I'm sure you can
make it. Sunny Barcelona. Yeah. He's loving life there.
Why not? Stay there, bro.
Probably better food.
What about him?
Probably. Probably.
Yo, they make it up to beans and
beans and toast.
Beans and toast.
Out there getting ceviche and fucking fresh food.
Yeah, paella and shit.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Oh.
Bro. This boy getting canned beans.
Yeah, bro. It's nice. It's good sentence out here. It's good sentence.
Good, yo. It's good to see you smiling, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Thank you, man. It's been a while, you know, new year, new me type shit, you know, back last 2 games. But we'll see. You will see. It might be grim next game, so we'll see.
Nah, that's what we're saying, bro. I haven't seen you rep a jersey in a long time, bro.
I don't even know the last
I
time.
don't know, bro. I was wondering.
I had to keep it calm. Like I said, I was gonna pull out the Carrick Pico, but let me keep it calm, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
Once
once
on the train just yet, bro. It's still early
yeah,
days.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You got tripped by that Monclizio. Don't get tripped by the
Yeah, you know.
Oh man. Well,
Exactly.
Steve, how you feeling over there? It's been
Damn,
interrupted.
dude. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start, bro.
Sally says it all, bro.
Yo, last minute losers all the time, bro. No last minute winners for you, bro.
Bro, not even all the time, bro. It's so much more
It's
than
the other
that.
way around, bro.
So I used to be, I'm not used to be, you know, I think you guys know, and I'm like pretty much slot out for the last 3-4 weeks. I've been pretty dead set on that opinion. It's gone too far at this point. And it's gone too far, bro. It's gone too far.
But he went 13 games unbeaten, bro.
Bro, this is not United. We don't celebrate 3 games unbeaten, bro. We have standards.
Ooh.
We win trophies.
Relax. It's just
Bro,
the haircut. It's just the haircut. We're still repping for the homie, bro. He needs to get the haircut. Come on.
Yeah, actually, I feel for him, bro. He actually might be the most happy United fan out there. But yeah, just in terms of Liverpool, man, I'll say a couple things here, right? Joe Gomez gets injured. Endo is now our center back. We have no center backs. How do we spend 450 million in the summer and have one center back? What? Okay, Gahey fell apart. Does that not show that there's an acknowledgement of a gap there? And even if you acknowledge it in the summer, since then, the worst possible situation has happened. Leone gets injured. Konate's having the complete drop-off of form. He always gets injured anyway. So you already knew before the race started this was a priority. We are in the January transfer window. And let's be honest, it's been a quiet window. It's crazy for me after the club has spent so much to ask for more. So my issue is more with the squad planning, right? We've already talked about why did we get Isaac and Iketeke, and I don't want to rehash that conversation, but I just really want to shine a light on the piss poor squad planning and misuse of finances right now. So that's frustration number 1. Frustration 700, bro, Slot. The excuses have to stop. The excuses have to stop. There's a couple things he said that I think you don't really come back from. And I'll give you an example. When we won the Premier League last year, don't forget that, right? You know, we still have that trophy for a little bit longer at least. Slot said something and he goes, "This isn't the second Premier League trophy in the last 30 years. This is the second in 5 years." Oh, great. Glad to hear you say that. Now he is on interviews saying, "I don't know why a manager who's brought in the second Premier League trophy in 30 years is under consideration." Bro, what are you changing the angle to suit your narrative? At first, we're this club that you're honored to coach in 2-5, and now it's 2-30 again when you're under attack. That is just a disappointment, and I think speaks to his character, which I haven't attacked at all. He also said some crazy shit, right? So the craziest thing that blew my mind was he said, quote, "You cannot play attacking football with the amount of ball possession we have." Brother, what are you talking about? Bayern, City, Barcelona, even they're PSG. There are world-class teams out there that dominate possession but create attacking football, right? So I think that's a complete lie, and I don't know if he thinks we're insane or why we have to believe that. And then he also says something where it's like we have to press really high, and this is more of an eye test. I don't have the stats to back it up, but I can tell you right now, like the team is not pressing, and I'm starting to wonder has the team given up on him? You know, and it's a weird thing to say, but you can feel it. And I think the most damning thing was the complete mismanagement of, you know, the second goal they scored. There were 10 people on the field, and dude, I've never seen that happen in my life before. And so for 5 minutes, they know what they're supposed to do. And it's almost like, are you throwing the game? Like,
Yeah, that was reckless.
So I just want to cut in real quick and just say, because you said that, you know, you guys have to have the ball to win games and everything, right? So you guys against Leeds, you guys had the ball for most of the game, ended 0-0. Same thing with Fulham, ended 2-2. The only game in the past, I guess, 5 or 6, 7, maybe 8 games that you've had the ball for the most time, and one was the FA Cup against Barnsley. When you won against Marseille in the Champions League, you guys didn't have most of the possession, but you guys still walked away 3 points, 3 goals. So do you think that maybe he's trying to turn you to like maybe a counterattack team or something?
No, this is just mismanagement. What he's saying at least is the complete opposite of that. So first of all, I think you misunderstood me. I am not agreeing with him here, bro. I'm not saying that we need more possession to score goals. That's the opposite of what I'm saying. I'm saying he's making excuses that are completely unjustified. He is saying we do not play a low block. This is almost the exact quote. We do not play a low block, so the players need to press high. I saw a stat showing the amount of pressing we've done since Klopp has left. It is just a complete drop off. Yeah. And so I think, like, how are you saying that we don't play low block when, Marcus, like you said, when's the last time we've had more possession? Ages. So if we're not playing a low block, if we're not pressing high, if we're not playing possession, if we're not playing attacking football, what the fuck are we doing right now? Like, actually, dude. So I'm Raph, can you share? I just posted something.
The chart?
This chart is a reflection of this season and my mental health, bro. This is the XG game over game. Look at this, right? Look at this. It is this. Wow. This is a no coming back from situation. This is the players have lost belief in you. There is severe changes that need to be made. And again, you guys know I twerk hard for Xabi, but like the Times put out an article about a week ago, and it said Xabi Alonso is very keen on a move to the Premier League, but he won't take anything until June. He said he won't even list. He won't do any offers until June. So my thought is the FSG model, they're not going to get rid of Slot. I just wish it was like Klopp, where we knew halfway through the season Klopp was going to leave, and so it was more of a thank you for everything as fans. Let's just give him a goodbye. I almost wish that would happen, because right now I'm in this weird space where this sounds so anti-fan to say, but sometimes when we're winning, I'm like kind of getting worried. Like, is FSG going to think we're going to, because we won this game, that we should now keep growing? And as a fan, you don't want to ever be in a position where you're like scared to get a win, right? It's like short-term success versus long-term longevity. So yeah, bro, I know I went on a rant there, but I have a lot to get off my plate.
Steve, I have a question.
Yeah.
As you're saying, as we know, Slot's time is coming to an end, right? Whether it's now, whether it's summer. Yeah. How do you remember? How will you guys remember Slot as a Liverpool fan? His legacy, right? I mean, I know it's in a weird spot. He's won you a title, and then I don't think we would have imagined it ending this quickly the next season, right? So like 5-10 years from now, when we say Slot, what does that mean?
Bro, that's actually such a good question. That's such a good question. The Slot legacy. Yeah. Honestly, I think the Slot legacy, the only thing that can tarnish his legacy right now is that 2-30, 2-5, because to his credit, his character has been upstanding throughout, up until now, where things are starting to fall apart. And so if I take it from the start till now, and granted he doesn't say any more crazy shit, his legacy will be of a good man, a good manager who was in over his head. He came in, and even when he won the trophy, he said all the right stuff, dude. He said all like the whole, like, he sang Klopp's song when he won the trophy. Klopp sang his song when he handed over. Like, there was a very nice transition. And, as a fan, it's almost like you dream of that kind of perfect transition where there's no animosity. And so people give Klopp a lot of credit, but I also have to give Slot a lot of credit on his part in that transition. So I think up until then, he was a great caretaker, manager of a club, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, you joke about good person or whatever, but like, it makes a big difference when your manager's a dickhead and you have to support him versus someone who it makes a huge difference. So I think of him as a good manager, a good person, but he was in over his head.
I feel like he wasn't in over his head until they dropped all the money in the summer, and then like he was like,
there was a lot of pressure.
How do I manage this type of team and all these different players, and like, having to like come up with a style of play, because one of your main goal, providers, threads, like, person that set things up, obviously was Trent. And now it's like, you got all like, this wealth of attack, but no defense. And, he probably was screaming in the back room, like, I need defense, and they didn't get it. At least
does that almost taint what he did last season? Does that make it sound like it was more of a Klopp's team that he won versus now he's been given all the new toys that he must have had an okay in, right? He probably said I don't know if he has the final say, but he definitely was okay with bringing.
Yeah, he definitely.
He definitely approved a second striker coming in, Isak, right? I refuse to believe managers have no say, especially when you're coming off a title. So does that hurt his legacy? That even though it was 1 year where he won the title,
it does.
It's a Klopp's team, right?
And I think that I can't find that stat for the life of me, but the pressing stat is damning because I think that is the biggest light where it's like Klopp's pressing was so high, and then last season it took a dip, and then this season it is non-existent. And so it's almost like when a super defensive manager, West Ham had that with Slaven Bilic. When Slaven Bilic left, he was super defensive, and the next manager did incredible with that first season. But he was an attacking manager, but the players still had that rigid defensive structure in mind. But over time, that gets lost. And I think you could say the same, but instead of a defensive structure, it's a pressing structure, right? So honestly, Slot as Klopp's assistant would be a goated duo, but that ain't gonna happen.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
It's disrespectful as hell to say, so I feel bad to say. Yeah.
Possibly.
And then last thing is just January, bro. I mean, this is not just Liverpool. There's no transfers happening. It's kind of wild that the window's closing.
Except City.
Y'all were about to get Robertson. That fell apart, but I don't know what your thoughts are on that. I'll just say this. I know Robertson is old. I know other fans hate him. I will say if he joins your team, he will be your top 3 favorite player like that. And I promise you.
He would start over Jed Spence.
I don't want to skip over to Tottenham, but like that's like questioning like the backboard too, because it's like, Udogi's back from fitness, like he's back right now, right? We have Jed Spence who also plays in that left back position. We just signed the Brazilian kid Souza, and it's like, why are we just stacking left backs? That makes kind of little to no sense.
Bro, Pep stacked left backs for about 7 years, so they're just following that model.
Tell us about your weekend, Marcus, while we're on Tottenham, please.
Wait, hold up. I got one more thing to ask you.
Wait.
I do see one thing in the
we were talking about defenders and how they got to be informed, right? Like I saw VVD say this, bro, and I want to just get your perspective on this. This was his words after the game. The first goal, I think it was a difficult ball to judge in the circumstance. The wind was tricky. What? The wind.
Did you watch the goal, or you just talking out of your ass right now?
No, I watched the goal. All right. He was definitely he was almost about to twerk.
Wait. Bro, if you get excited for him twerking, that's a conversation you need to have with your therapist. So the ball's coming.
That's what you got out of that? That's crazy.
The ball's coming over the top in the air. He misjudges it and misses the kick. He's not saying throughout the game the wind impacted us and it didn't impact the other team. No. He's talking about that one clearance. He missed the ball. Did he say he was bad in that?
I just, bro.
Van Dijk makes some crazy takes.
Get your perspective on that. That's
I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to do. Don't lie to me.
This guy defending mad hard, bro.
No, because me and Barat have been going back and forth all season with Van Dijk. Even in the chat, bro, he's sending me crap about Lenny Yoro is better than Van Dijk. What?
No. Whoa.
Insane takes, bro. Insane takes.
Listen, I will pull up the take right now. I said the trajectory that Yoro is on, he can surpass Van Dijk. That's what I said.
That's crazy. I don't know,
bro. That's what I'm saying. This is the shit. This is. I'm getting defensive because the buildup of ridiculous shit has been insane.
That's funny.
So first off, the twerking thing. I don't even know what your obsession is with his ass,
bro.
The wind.
Not promotion.
He's not saying the wind only impacted us. He's not saying. I see all these takes online of being like, "Oh, and I guess the other team didn't have wind." Bro, he's talking about when the ball was in the air for the clearance on that first goal. It is a singular moment, and they're asking him, "Why did you fuck up?" I misjudged it because of the wind. I don't understand. Like, how that's
I gotta come to
I just wanted to get
bro,
your perspective, bro. That's all.
I know.
As someone who plays in like an adult co-ed league, on Sundays, I get it. Sometimes the ball it comes over the top. You don't know how to judge it, so it might just
all right then. Hey,
Yeah, but I didn't hear anybody else complain about this win too. Just
who else was in that situation?
Just so you know,
who else was in that situation? Who else was in that situation?
I'm just saying, dude, I didn't hear any other player or commentator say, "Yo, the win today is crazy."
Well, bro,
just Virgil coming out at the end of the game, just saying like, "Yo, that one play, yo, I'm telling you, that win."
Virgil could come out and say,
win.
"Bro, no." If the ball's in the air, he looks up, and when you play sometimes when there's a cross and it overlaps the sun, you lose sight for a second. He could say that, which we all have done. We've all done that. He could say that, and other fans would be like, "Oh, the sun doesn't impact the other team." And it's like, are you stupid? He's not talking about the sun. He's talking about in that moment he lost sight. Like that's how the
you're right though. You are right.
I know I'm right. That's why I'm working.
Because it's windy the whole day. There's just one gust of wind.
Potts, I'm right. I'm not even.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say he's just trying to.
I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing.
Don't listen to Potts, bro. He's just trying to.
I know, bro. I know.
Thinks he's slick, bro. He didn't play D1 soccer, bro. He knows, bro. He knows the elements of the game, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, and you should hear it. I'm not defending these guys, man. And if it's true what I said earlier, where the players have given up on Slot and the whole 10-man thing, if that's true, that is not just a reflection of Slot, but that is also a bad reflection of the players. And so I'm not saying that that's what they're doing, so I don't want to take that leap yet, for sure. But if that is the case, then the players don't have any excuse either, because no matter who your manager is, you got to do that. Yeah.
Well, Mark, I got you a piece of gum, so you get your.
Come on, you Spurs.
You got your own. Good.
Thomas Frank over here. Add another stick of gum. Yeah, I mean, like, it's tough, it's really tough.
The way you're saying this.
When they stack you won your first trophy in 15 years, you really want the replacement to work out, Even if you don't really understand the whole process, you really want it to work out. And it just hasn't. I mean, for more than one reason. Obviously, we had a lot of injuries in the beginning of the season. We haven't really had our full deck of players. I've been saying that like a broken record for the past 20 weeks.
The whole season.
Yeah. So no, I said 20 because the first 2 weeks we were winning. So there was no issues then. But yeah, since then it's just been. I mean, it's good to see Bissouma back in. I got to start with some highlights. It was a good first half. I'm not gonna lie. We played well. Hit the ground running. Probably should have scored 6 or 7, to be honest, but we just can't, for some reason, find the chemistry. Now, a lot of you were saying some of the things that I was going to say because, I do think that, these are good players to have in the team. We got Conor Gallagher, Javi Simmons, Odegaard's been killing it. Solanke's back. Spence is killing it, For some reason, the only 2 people that can score are Van de Ven and Romero. But, I mean, I'm not mad at that as long as we get the goals. But again, I think that these players aren't really playing for him. I think he's lost the dressing room 100%. We've heard Van de Ven, come out and say some things. We've heard Matthias Tell and his manager come out and say a bunch of things. Romero has even hinted towards it. I think Romero, which is bad because he's our captain, right? He's lost his faith in Thomas Frank. But I tip my hat to Romero because the one thing he hates more than Thomas Frank is losing. So shout out to him for the last minute goal. I think realistically where the club is at, strategically, is okay, he's obviously been doing really well in Champions League. Let's give him the last game, see how he does. If he wins, I mean, I don't think we're going to keep him for too long just because they have a rough February. And that first loss to either City or United or whatever is going to, if we don't start winning games in February, I should say, he's gone. But yeah, even a loss or a tie for Frankfurt could definitely, kick him to the curb as well. So
you're gonna replace him.
It's a strange football, man.
Spurs. It's not just him though, because like I think Vicario has to go too. If I'm gonna, now I'm gonna officially say it, like he's just let in too many goals this year for my liking. His first season was lights out under Ange. I don't know what happened to his confidence. I mean, I get we were never really a counter-attacking, kick over the top type of team. So his distribution, it's an issue, but we've only seen it become an issue because of the style of play that has changed from like our play out of the back way. So yeah, I mean, Vicario has to go. I think we need another right back if we're not going to put Spence there, because Porro has been used like a bar of soap, and that's only going to get, so
rubbed out.
So, yeah, I mean,
can you share what I just posted? But keep talking. I just want this in the background.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have much to say, but I get it. I mean, we're all the way to happiness table. Yeah, I get it.
This table has been updated, huh?
Dr. Top, we'll see you again.
This table's gonna get updated.
Yeah, Sunderland at the top. Like, I mean,
bro, they just got promoted. Even if they're
bro.
happy, bro. They weren't expecting this.
Yeah, but happiness is perspective, right? I mean, their happiness has definitely gone down from when they were like
True.
winning games. Like, they're
sure.
obviously they're happy because they're. I know it's a different type of happiness, but
now they want more. Yeah,
I mean, Wrath over here seems way happier than me, right? So he should be a little higher.
I got a question for Spurs though, bro. I got a question for you, Marcus.
Lay it on.
What happens when a team, right, gets relegated, but then they could possibly
win
win
the
Champions League?
That would be the most Tottenham thing in the world, right? We've already seen 17th in a trophy with Europa, so 18th in the Champions League would be my perfect send-off as a fan. I think I would just be done supporting the club after that. Be happy enough to see them
win the Champions League, bro.
And then send them out.
Well, all due respect, winning a trophy is not the most Tottenham thing ever, bro. That's
no, I said 17th in a trophy.
I'm just playing.
But no, my connection was acting up.
Yo, Marcus, do you think that where you guys are at, this is
this is so bad.
Yeah, I can't listen to this question.
Who let Thomas Frank vote on that, dude? Why is it 2%?
Yeah, that was definitely his burner account that he.
Bro, this is wild.
Yo, Thomas got his kids voting too.
Yeah. I've never seen it. That's hard.
Dude, I was gonna say I don't know if there's a topic in the world that would get it to 90.
Literally.
They can't even do that with anything else in the world for sure. Thomas Frank. I mean, he's
the worst coach in your history, bro.
So who's?
I'd say Nuno, bro. Nuno 100% was
worst win percentage.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, we only gave Nuno until October, so that's the reason why he was gone.
So who's you guys have hired every manager, I feel like. So who's next for Tottenham at this point?
That's why I don't want to sack him, because we don't have a clear path or strategy for post Thomas Frank. We didn't have a clear path or strategy for after Ange either. I mean, there was talks of Thomas Frank, obviously, for probably like a couple of weeks, maybe a month before he was hired, but it just didn't seem like I wasn't convinced, first and foremost. And second, when you we had sacked Levy in the same summer, so it was like it just seemed like it's like this whole we're the only club to win a trophy, and then it just seems like we have to revamp our entire system again. It's like that's not how that should work. It should be a building block.
But you got to understand, the way you won that trophy wasn't because of the strength of the team, right?
See, that's the thing, right? Yeah.
And it was momentum, but at the same time, all the players we got under Ange, for the most part, except for Timo Werner, and he was alone, so I'm not even going to include him. Every player has been, Brennan Johnson, leading goal scorer, and the winner for Europa, if you want to call it that. Mickey van de Ven, the savior of Europa, and he's been definitely a top 3 player of Tottenham. Who else?
But it goes back to not all trophies are created equal, right? And I know it sounds, coming from an Arsenal fan, saying, "Oh, we've never won a European trophy." I get 100%, but this winning a European Cup doesn't really mean much, right? Not in this case, at least, right? with the new Champions League format, when the new Champions League format being out, there was no quality teams that dropped into Europa. If you read me out the path that you took to get to the finals, we're talking about teams that players have 2 jobs, right?
Yeah, but we're talking about a team that had.
You got to take that into context a little bit. I understand. I know the talking point is always, well, it's better than winning nothing and finishing second, right?
No, that's not. No, I'm just saying we had 12 players that were injured the entire.
No, you guys. Which is true. That's fair. You guys.
So that was like the only reason why we were in 17th in the first place. If I'm gonna keep it real, like the only reason why we were down there and losing that many games is because we kept having all these injury issues. And like that's no fair. One cared because it's Spurs, so it's like no one gives a shit. But
I mean, like
that's fair.
I think you have a really good point, Willie. Like everyone clowned on City for getting beat by Bodo Glimt and how Bodo Glimt is this dog crap team. But that was your semifinal opponent to get to the final because no one dropped from the Champions.
Bro, only 2 people City and Spurs are the only 2 teams that played Bodo Glimt away. Like that's not an easy place to go to. A lot of people want to clown it just because it's okay, fine. But I mean, if another thing is their domestic season ended in like November, so like they've been chilling for the past like month. I don't even know how.
You're talking about a team that they won their first Champions League game in their history last week.
Well, that's the first time they've been in Champions League.
Yeah, but for a reason, right? I mean, again, we're talking about I understand the Europa League is not the Champions League, but
I'm just saying if you look at Bodo Glimt, like who they played last year in the Europa League and how they performed away and at home, and you'll see like they were not an easy feat at all. Like a lot of people, just because like it's like some random. Where are they from? Sweden?
They weren't okay. They're not pushovers, but it's not Champions League quality. It's not Eintracht Frankfurt, AZ Augsburg. Those aren't Champions League quality teams.
Okay, but we beat Frankfurt to get into the.
It says more about the quality of the competition.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but you still have to win it, right? And United had all like they had their whole roster and they still couldn't win it. So, I mean.
Yeah, we're holding on to this trophy hard.
And you guys just keep trying to like diminish it just because it's Spurs. That's the only reason why I'm being.
No.
If you had lost the trophy, you guys would not be saying that.
No. When United,
listen, bro, listen. The greatest thing, Jose Mourinho said this. He said one of the hardest things he ever had to do was win second and win the Europa League with Manchester United. Trust me, I'm putting no shame on the fact that Spurs did that. But like the way you guys led up to that and everything, there was a reason why, you had to make a whole, squad overhaul, with Thomas Frank after you came in and stuff. Right. So I feel like that's why,
we lost Sonny and we lost.
Yeah, you lost Sonny. Yeah, that was a big
and Madison, sure. And we still some. I mean, we still haven't seen Kulusevski play under Thomas Frank at all.
Yeah, like what's good with that? Is that just injury or is that just?
No, that's what I'm trying to say. Thomas Frank has lost to dressing. I don't think that these players really want to play under Thomas Frank.
I saw Kulu was on a podcast.
He's everywhere but the training. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, he's an NBA. He's doing everything else but that. So it's like I don't understand. I mean, when Ange told us he got hurt in that game, he said, "Yeah, it's just a knock." And then it was like, "Oh, he's gonna miss the Europa League final." And then
I wonder why though, because like Kulu was probably one of your more informed players on the squad in the team.
He was our best player, yeah. So like we've been, 100%, definitely our best player.
Crazy, man.
Do you feel like your squad right now represents where you guys should be in the table, or what do you say about that?
No, not at all. I do think we should be higher. I think we've dropped we dropped the ball in a lot of games, we literally every team that's relegated, we've dropped points to. Wolves, we tied at home barely at the last minute. West Ham lost to, and Burnley just now tied last minute. So it's like and I don't know, Nottingham Forest probably beat us too.
But I feel like aside from your center backs, like nobody in your team is getting in like a top 16.
Well, I mean, this is also a brand new team, so we'll see where they are.
Like Udogi's not getting in over, a lot of the left backs. Jed Spence not getting in over a lot of the right
Udogi's always hurt, so that's one. Jed Spence is definitely. I mean, he started for England a couple times now, so he's definitely probably going to be England starting left back in the summer, or one of that's going to be rotated. So you can't really say that about Jed Spence.
We'll see if he even makes the squad, bro. Man got like 2 caps. Bro got 2 caps, and you're telling me he's gonna be in England squad. But what about like your wingers? I mean, same thing. Like, there's
Kudus has been hurt the past couple of weeks.
So who do you got? But that's my point. It's like
Odebear has had 3 assists in the past 2 games.
Yeah, that's one player that's doing well right now, but he's still not getting in over a lot of the wingers. I'm just saying.
You just talked about how Saka hasn't had any goal involvements in the past 11 games.
But would you personally pick Udogie over Saka?
Udogie plays a different position than Saka.
Yeah. Why did you bring him up?
Yeah. I said Odebear. You're the one who brought Udogie up.
No, I'm saying
Odebear over Saka. Yeah, that's
yes.
I
Right
guess
now,
that's
yeah, 100%.
Right now,
and what in ping pong? Saka, you can tell me Saka doesn't score a goal for the next 10 games. That he's not taking over.
Van de Ven and Saka have the same goals, just so you know, this season.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
That is true.
So
that's Saka.
Yeah.
No. So, I mean, there's no denying. Saka's numbers are bad this year. That's not a.
They both have 7 goals. And if you look at, I'll just bring up Wilson Odebear's stats right now, just to.
But I mean, like right now, North London is red, right? You would have to admit that.
That's a stupid question.
But my point is that your team is actually a good reflection of where you guys are. Like you guys,
I think so too. To be honest, honestly,
you guys should be in 14 with that score.
Why? Why do you say that?
I just said that. I just told you why.
No, answer. Why do you think that? Actually,
because
who do you think
apart from your center backs, like the rest of your team is like really not getting in a starting lineup of any traditional top 6 club.
Yeah, I beg to differ.
If we look at the attacking side, right? I mean, it's kind of similar to Arsenal case where it's not many people.
I think Lucas Bergvall walks into most of your teams, if I'm being honest.
No.
He's
a good young player. He's good.
Not Arsenal. Not Arsenal, but he walks into Liverpool.
Then who then?
He walks into Chelsea easily.
Nah,
he doesn't even walk into Liverpool. To be honest with you,
he wouldn't even touch. He walks into the bench.
He's not going to
this guy's deluded.
Well, you were saying Pape Sarr was the best midfielder.
You guys are all talking over here. I can't even hear you guys. So what? Let's one at a time, please.
He's not getting to Liverpool.
Now everyone wants to mute up, bro. Now everybody wants to mute the fuck up.
My point is when
did you talk about Udogie and what's your point? Talk,
bro. I already told you, bro. Xavi Simmons is not getting into any starting lineup.
Who?
Xavi Simmons.
Okay, I mean,
Dom Solanke.
I mean, no one has this smoke for works, but I mean, just because it's Liverpool, but Xavi Simmons has to have this giant spotlight, and he has more goal involvements than
Liverpool. Why are you bringing what I do, bro? I'm not even
because it's the same argument, it's the same narrative, right? Like you guys.
No, you said Bergvall will walk into our team, and I'm saying that's not the case. And now you're talking about Xavi Simmons and what? You just said he would walk into Simmons. All right, bro.
One of you talk at a time because this is getting too much.
There we go. No. Listen. Yo, hold up.
Guys, and laughing. So
guys, hold up. We brought this picture up for a reason, bro. Can we not stress our boy out more? Like let's talk about a method.
No. Stop. Hey, one at a time. Potts, talk. What are you talking about, Xavi Simmons?
I already said it. He's not walking into a starting lineup of a traditional top 6 club right now.
Okay.
Playing number 10. No way.
Yeah.
Put up another Dom Solanke. I would not put him as a starting 9 in any of the top 6 clubs right now.
Who's your striker again?
I would not.
Who's your striker? Wait. Who's your striker? Wait. Who's your striker? Delap?
We have Delap and we have João Pedro.
And who else?
And João Pedro. João Pedro.
You said João Pedro is better as a 10 though. So is he a 9 or is he 10? Which one is it?
He's scoring more goals than your guy, and he's playing well right now. So
this is first Solanke start. So what are we talking about? Solanke has been injured the entire time. So
what if Solanke last year? I would put João Pedro. So okay. So
you can't say that, bro. How many goals did Dom Solanke have last year? For you to be saying this,
you tell me.
Okay, so then why are you talking shit? Because you don't even know.
What do you mean?
You're saying all this shit without having any facts backed up, bro. You're saying all this shit without having any facts backed up.
Well, I don't need facts, bro. I don't need facts. The eye test is telling me that João Pedro is better than Solanke.
Eye test, bro. You're saying what? You haven't even watched the game. Yo, you haven't even watched a Tottenham game.
Yes, I did. I watched
When's the last time you watched a Tottenham game?
Burnley.
When's the last time you watched a Tottenham game?
This past weekend.
And before that?
And then the last game before that. Whoever you guys played.
Oh, you didn't. You can't even tell us. So yo, okay. First and foremost, let's get back to the Xavi debate. Xavi versus Wirtz, right? Xavi has 3 assists. Wirtz has 1.
Bro, you're going off.
Just had to give you guys a moment there. For
well, because you're talking about like he doesn't walk into any as a 10, but he's doing better than Florian Wirtz. So like, where's the smoke for them?
For what? What are you talking?
Okay.
I'm saying that your team. I'm saying that your team is a representation of where you are. 14 plays.
I don't think so. I like I said, I don't think so. The players we have now under a new manager, I think, are better for sure.
They're the same players as last year.
Answer your question.
They're the same players as last year.
No, it's not.
You had Dominik Solanke last year. You had Jet Spence last year. You had
You're talking about last year. You're talking about Dom Solanke. But Dom Solanke played 1 Premier League game this year, so don't talk about him.
So okay, fine. Then Richarlison. Let's bring Richarlison in. We'll bring Richarlison.
Richarlison had a better year this year than he did last year. So don't talk. And Richarlison played how many games last year?
Okay, so we're talking about this year. Richarlison.
Okay, keep going. Let's hear.
Richarlison not getting into any starting lineup. This year.
Okay. I never caped for Richarlison. I always said Dom Solanke was the better striker, so that's your boy.
That's why I brought him up, but then you're saying only played one
you're
game.
just talking out your ass right now.
That is
like you're really just talking out your ass.
How am I talking out my ass?
One game too. You know,
but he's the one that's bringing up Dom Solanke.
Bro, am I going drunk? Yo, I wish we had a rewind button, bro. You literally brought up every player, and I've been okay, let's talk about him, bro. Yeah, I'm not the one bringing up anybody. You're the one talking about Dom Solanke and Doggy and Xavi Simmons. Okay, I got it. Just give me a break, and then I'll detail it for you, each player. So, Dom Solanke, Xavi Simmons. Who else? Who else we want to talk about?
Pedro Porro.
Pedro Porro. Like I said, he's a great player on his day. Let me talk, right? Okay. Can I talk like Kevin De Bruyne? Can I talk? Okay. Pedro Porro, great player on his day. We need another right back so that we can rotate him because he's being used like a bar of soap. When he's used like a bar of soap, his crosses are shit. He can't get back on defense. You see it every other week, we'll say, because every other time he performs well. But yeah, he got yanked at the 46th minute.
So he's getting in over who does Ben White or Justin Julian Timber or whatever his first name is. Is he getting over Frimpong?
Frimpong, yes. But here's the thing. You're talking about
over Frimpong.
Yes, bro. I just said it. You're talking about Timber and Ben White. Those are 2 players that play right back, correct?
Those
on the same team. Yeah, no, I'm just making sure that you know what you're saying. Those are 2 players that play the same, so they're not always playing, right?
I mean,
both of them are not always playing, correct?
I feel like one you can actually debate with.
Now you want to mute up. Now you want to mute up, bro. Okay.
So I feel like one player you can actually have a proper debate with when it comes to Porro is Dalot. You could see that resemblance. There's been inconsistency there. I feel like both players have been on that same kind of level. Maybe that's the only player, at least from United side, I can actually see. Maybe.
Okay, so
would you? Okay, wait. Actually, that's a great question. Would you take Porro over Dalot since you don't like Dalot?
I see. Like I don't know, man. I feel like Dalot definitely. I would keep him over Porro.
You just saying, okay,
I just like his. I
get it. Yeah, we're on a podcast.
No, I just like Dalot.
I get it.
Dalot's place there over.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
That's all, man.
Any other questions? Any other players you want to talk about?
Anybody else in your lineup? Like I said, they're not getting in.
Well, like I said, I don't think where we are now reflects on what this team is. I think if you see us play in Champions League, we play really well. And that's the team that I believe can play the same. Obviously, different playing style, Champions League, Premier League for sure. But I think 100% that,
you guys are
management. If these players, if these players actually believe what the manager is coaching, then they give their all. And we've seen it under Ange. Like you said, we weren't even supposed to win that trophy. So, they gave their all.
That is true, yeah. You guys did more than United that day, yeah, for sure.
Bro, you can't just say that day. We smoked you the entire year. Like, you haven't beat us since.
That is also true. Yeah, we did not win against Spurs.
Like, okay,
yeah.
so you can't just be like, oh yeah, that day you got us.
I mean, if you were talking about the trophy, I was just
but I'm talking about all
the
last year.
That's all.
I'm talking about all last year, right? You're talking about the players that
true.
Okay, so
I mean, we meet again February 7th, so hopefully your history, continues on. So we'll see. We'll see. February 7th. It's coming up. It's coming up.
Coming soon, yo. Coming soon.
Carrick comes back to White Hart Lane or
no, we're going to your place this time.
There we go. Old Trafford. There you go.
Yeah, don't lose. Leaky ceilings, bro. I know you guys.
Man, same old problems at United.
Same old. We'll see. We'll see if we see those teeth next week, bro. I know, yo.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm scared of. That's what I'm scared of. The Fulham game is what I'm actually kind of nervous about. I don't know, man. Arsenal. I mean, Iwobi might have a little bit of vengeance because of what we did to Arsenal, Iwobi might be coming up, so we'll see. Hopefully we do a number. I'll be cool with man, as long as you're taking points away, I'm happy, bro. I'm happy, one game a week. I know I shouldn't be saying like that. We are Manchester United, of course, but it is what it is. Crazy season.
Manchester United doesn't mean anything anymore like that.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still the biggest club.
That's actually I would argue part of your big problem. I mean, you still have all these pundits and schools being like, "This is United, you can't," and they don't give.
That is true. We didn't talk about that last week.
They don't give the fan or a club an opportunity to actually rebuild, because the second the rebuild starts, that's like, "This is United," and it's like,
I feel like you've been watching a lot more than I have in the past, right? Don't you think has player scrutiny gotten worse? Or has it been the same?
Without a doubt, bro. So I will say, when I was young, the player that was by far the most scrutinized is David Beckham.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he was like the first player that went from just a football star to all the media's following him, and it got so bad that him and Sir Alex Ferguson had a fallout and all that. The shit that you hear pundits talk about. Oh, back in the day, we used to get drunk, on Tuesday, Thursdays, and then the same media outlet. 30 minutes later, they're like, these players aren't working hard enough. And it's like, did you not just admit 30 minutes ago you used to get fucked up before every game? Like, which is it? Did you guys used to just do whatever you want? Or were you super disciplined and regimented? And, I'll say this last thing.
Or were the refs cheating for them?
I mean, that's another topic. But I'll say this.
That's another podcast.
Yeah. Players... Old school players and legends would not get away with the shit they got away with today. And one of the best examples I can give is when Wenger first came to the Premier League, he was considered revolutionary for having them eat whole foods, for asking them to stop smoking cigarettes. That was considered so that's the world they lived in. And now they're criticizing modern players and being like, you aren't working hard enough. And it's like the discipline the modern players live through is something that they have no understanding of. So this is a whole side topic, but Carragher, Neville.
To go back to Man United, bro, they used to rebuild, at least under Sir Alex,
all the time,
season in, season out. So the whole thing about people give them time to rebuild is because bro, they would rebuild teams in and out, throughout the early, the late, I won't say late 90s, but the early 2000s to the mid 2010s, they were rebuilding teams on a regular, getting in Van Persie, losing Tevez, losing Ronaldo, bringing in other players, making them, good. Losing Van de Sar to get, De Gea and others, they were rebuilding on the fly. So yeah, I mean, of course, the fan base is going to be bro, let's get back to, what we used to do. Obviously that was a purple patch, a golden era. So it's tough to get back there, but.
Hey man, apparently we're still in our banter era, so it's calm. If this is us during our banter era, it's cool. You
guys can't win more than 3 games in a row, so is it really cool?
Bro, we won 2 trophies in the last 3 years. I don't want to talk about that shit.
What? You don't want to talk about this year? You want to talk about the past? You don't want to talk about
this year? Bro. Yeah, 100%. We won more trophies than you. Boom. Okay. Ever since Sir Alex Ferguson left, we won more trophies than you. Okay. What's next?
Yeah, well done.
That's what matters at the end of the day.
Really on the floor then for you guys.
Nah, bro. The ceiling is where
you're getting big with someone who hasn't won a trophy in 15 years.
I saw the new pictures of Carrington, you know, with the trophies all around. You know, that's how it's like, man. You know, we reach for the ceilings, you know, but it's all good. It's all good. You know,
top 4 got talking heavy now.
Hell yeah. Top 4 head. Yo, what did Nick say? This he said, "Now bring the energy. This is what football is about." You know, you got to bring the energy. Be wrong, be right. It doesn't matter. You know, but it's about backing that team, backing that passion. That's what Inform's about. You know. So come on.
Lead by example. Then I see you.
Come on.
But I want to see you crash out when everything falls apart, which it will.
Dead ass, because I don't want to see. I don't want to shoot it up next week. I don't want to see.
That's fun.
I like the energy when you're up, but I need this energy when everything falls apart.
When I'm down, all right, boys.
Kick you when you're down, see you're off, bro.
Yo, wait. Are we skipping over Chelsea or what?
Yeah.
Now, talking about fans building Legos.
Yo, who do they play? Crystal Palace. Crystal
Palace.
After losing everybody,
3-1, right? Yeah.
After losing everybody and hearing that Blaster is no longer going to return.
Bro, Crystal Palace. That's a whole other topic, but yeah, that's wild. What's going on there?
Yeah, they've sunk it.
We took what we could, bro. Yeah, you know what I mean. Took the 3 points home. You know, my boy João Pedro with the golazo. Esteban William with the golazo with an assist.
There was a red card in that game too.
Not for us. Not for us.
That's what I'm saying. It made it easier for you.
Yeah, I mean,
and they lost work. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Whatever. Yeah.
Enzo had his catch-up package that day, bro. He finished the penalty. Yo, good on him, bro.
It was easy, like you said, bro. Dispatches things like that. You can't do that.
Easy.
They're ahead of you.
They are. They are. I'm glad you can see the table clearly.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm curious. You know, it's been what 3-4 games with Liam. Like, what are your thoughts?
5 games with Liam.
5. Okay.
Yeah, 1 loss to Arsenal. He's definitely studied the ship. I think that he's making rational subs and doing rational things. Like, I felt like Enzo Maresca kind of had a plan in his head and he wasn't, budging from that when Liam was kind of coming with fresh ideas and still learning everybody. Like, I don't know. I've been calling for Esteban to start on the right and put Pedro Neto on the left, and he did that, which we hardly saw. If we didn't, I don't even know if we ever saw it in the starting under Maresca. So it's little things like that, just keeping João Pedro up top instead of putting him in the 10. So he could just, focus on doing one thing. So overall, I'm happy with it.
There's a track record of managers crashing out this season, thinking that they are him. Then the guy that replaces him looks way better. You know what I mean? Between Carrick and Liam, it's like Maresca and Amorim. I know they got their payout.
But in a sense, Maresca was also like he wasn't like Amorim. You feel me? Like,
but he also had a crash out. I mean,
in the last 2 weeks,
that's true. Yeah. It was almost more so betrayal on Chelsea's part, on Maresca's part than it was like.
They got ugly.
Yeah, I didn't want him to leave, and I would still be happy for him to be there. Obviously, like I said before, there were some I had questions on some of the stuff that he was doing, but he definitely had credit in the bank from the 2 trophies that he won, even though they weren't necessarily the most prestigious ones. But trophies are trophies. It completed a lot for the club, so he had the backing of most of the fan base. But that's gone and done. Now we have Liam, and so far so good. Expect to see him on the next thumbnail when we go 6 and 7. Just so you know.
Nah, bro, what?
Expecting to see him on the next thumbnail.
Bro, you guys really haven't been tested though. So how can you say that you trust him?
This guy played in every competition, 1 game, every Saturday, Wednesday. Hasn't been able to put his tactics in, but's been able to, get us points that were needed. We weren't getting points before. As you guys know, December was terrible. Beginning of January was not good. So, anything counts. Don't get me wrong. The performances of the team haven't been like outstanding where you're like, oh wow, this is going to be really exciting. But a win's
Does that make you nervous though? Because you guys like he's not your interim manager. He's your guy. Like this is your guy who you know the keys to.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make me nervous because he's not able to actually implement like what he's about. And, his main goal right now is to get points. Like that's what we needed. We were dropping down 6th, 7th place. And now we're back up 5th place right behind Manchester United. for that 4th place spot. You know, if things keep slipping up at the top above us, then you don't know where we can end if we continue to just get points. So if you're to be like, Potts, would you rather Liam come in and introduce like his style of play or get results? I'm choosing results. No question.
Great. So you would say that the next game is like your true test then, this Wednesday?
What do you mean our true test against Napoli?
Yeah.
I mean,
they don't really have a test until March 1st, bro. They're lucky with that. Honestly, you guys have such a lucky schedule for a new manager.
We played Arsenal. Everybody was saying, but
that's Carabao Cup Arsenal. Like, you don't play a real EPL team until March.
And you lost. It's not like wait, you lost though. It's not like you guys won that game. So like, you had the test and you failed. So
yeah.
Other than that though, you've played Brentford.
No, but you guys are saying I haven't had a test. Like it's like they're like Arsenal right now, top of the league, top of the Champions League. We got in there, we lost, but we still got a foot in the door for the final. It wasn't like we got played off the park, so there's still a chance. I think that I guess
Chelsea always somehow could just coast, bro, under the radar, under the carpet.
So true.
They always just like they're so sneaky, bro. I swear. And then they just come and snatch a fucking Sancho, come and snatch a, like, yo, come on, man.
You shouldn't really lose a game until March 1st. That's what I'm hearing. Aside from Wednesday, maybe, but like in the Premier League and the FA, EFL Cup, you guys shouldn't really lose a game.
You can't say nothing about winning or losing.
I'm asking a question, bro. Is it yes or no?
You just said you should. Yes or no?
Yeah, okay. That's a question. That is a question.
So you're meaning it as a question that we should not lose.
I'm asking you.
No, I mean we should play how we play. What do you mean? Like it's a Premier League.
There's
a Premier League. I mean,
are you gonna win? Are you gonna win until March 1st? You shouldn't drop points. Is that correct?
I mean, in theory, we shouldn't drop points, but it's a Premier League. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
Oh, now everything,
especially this year too.
It is, bro. It is.
I'm just taking notes, yo. I'm take like a little transcript for you.
But we should.
You've been moving the goalposts, so I gotta watch. I gotta watch what you say. T's and Q's, bro.
I will say this though, bro. After March 1st, it's an insane schedule. You guys have Arsenal, Villa, Newcastle. Everton kind of easy. City, United, Brighton. These are all back to back. And then you have Liverpool, Tottenham before you. Bro, that's so like all your hard games. That's kind of wild. I didn't even realize that. So I feel like with a new manager, it's kind of good, right? Because he has some time to implement his things. But that end of season is going to be super big test. Like
game time.
That's
Chelsea,
wild.
Game time, Chelsea. Let's go. Like the end of the last 2 seasons, we made our way to where we needed to be. So let's bring it on. I can't wait for that Tottenham game. It's gonna be fun.
Bro, battle of the bridge. Always.
I swear, they always schedule that in May. They always schedule that in May because they know it's going to be heated and they know it's probably going to impact the race or top 4 or something like that.
Not top 4, that's for sure.
For one team, I guess.
I don't even know, bro. I don't know. We'll see.
I need Spurs coming through that day. Come on.
We got live stream for that game.
Yeah, bro. We're still planning out the logistics for live streams, but it's coming. It's coming. Soon come. All right, boys. Let's get on predictions. It's getting up to end of the stream almost. Wally. I added you in, so this is how we do it. This is the current. This is the current right now. I am currently at the top of the table. Sorry to let you guys know, but we are tied though. We are tied. I'm at 32 points, just 2 points away because I got 2 draws more than you guys did. Marcus and Aaron, Nick. I don't know what's going on, bro. 4.2 win percentage, bro.
I've been throwing out hot takes here, and y'all are playing a little safe.
This is for the belt, bro. This one, there's a trophy online for this one.
Yeah, so
we can't say okay. If there's a trophy or listen. I'm not arguing that. Listen, let me fucking land. Yeah.
No, we agreed with that last
who's talking right now? Okay, so. If there's a punishment or a trophy, we gotta like not just put that out there, but like we got to decide.
We got to decide.
Yeah, because I'm not going to take a punishment when there's like I'm so far behind, and then you're like, all right, let's do some
this isn't for the punishment, bro.
Well, we should do a punishment, and I'm so far behind, and I'm so okay with the punishment. I'm just saying, let's define it before the end of the season when it's like we already know who's going to lose, right?
And I'll do it on the link up. We'll do it on the informed link up in the summer.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I think it'll be fun. But I'm just saying, we should figure the punishment, but we should also figure the trophy and like kind of some idea.
That is true. That is true. Top of the table. That is true.
Yeah, just like
Chelsea
call it out
versus West Ham United. What are we saying, boys?
I mean, this should be easy,
tricky.
Chelsea.
Yeah, right.
Tricky indeed.
I'll say 2-0 Chelsea. 2 as well.
Yeah. Do you need to get the score? Do you need to get the score line right too?
So yeah, we do based on result and score. So if you get both, you get all.
So right here, correct score prediction, 3 points. Correct win prediction, 1 point, and then
got it. Okay, cool.
So yeah.
Oof.
1-0 Chelsea.
1-0.
They're gonna sit back.
Look at him trying to be modest. Look at him trying to be modest. Yeah, that's cute, bro.
Who made my predictions for me last week?
I did.
You did. Oh, you did.
Or no, you did. You did. What are you talking about? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I sent it via text. Yeah.
Okay. You sent it in.
I also put 2-0 though, just so you know. I don't know if you heard me, bro.
Oh, you also put 2-0. Okay, gotcha.
I have 2-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 1-1. All right, Liverpool, Newcastle. So Newcastle wrong.
It's a good
1-1.
Good matchup.
This is a good match. Yeah.
Oh, this is tough.
I'll say 1-1.
1-1. Marcus, you said 1-1 as well?
No.
Oh, sorry. I heard somebody say
2-2 from Pops.
Yeah, I like 2-2.
2-2
Waleed.
All righty.
You guys are playing at home?
Yeah, we're playing dog shit, bro.
Newcastle hasn't really been doing
They're missing players, man, Newcastle. Too.
Yeah, I think it should be 2-1 Liverpool.
Yeah. I'm going to say 2-2 as well. Voltamata might do a number. There were links, weren't there, over summer for Liverpool? Right? Baltimore? No. I was just making that shit up. I'm just making that shit up. All right, never mind.
We get all our targets, bro. Minus Gahey. Don't talk about Gahey.
That boy was on the medical table, I heard. When that shit got canceled.
United Fulham at home.
United Fulham. That's a good win.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a tie.
It's a tie.
Yeah,
sure.
bro. I was about to say, that's a
2-2 tie for sure. Stinks at a 2-1.
I'll say 1-0 United.
I got 2-0 United.
Come on.
That's
Damn, I feel like.
Oh, then game of the weekend. Game of the weekend.
Game of the weekend.
I'm going
7-0 Tottenham.
0-3 City.
Oof.
Ooh.
Damn.
Don't play so well against City though.
No hope.
Not when Arsenal's at the at the top of the table like this.
City winning when Arsenal. Yeah, when in this scenario like this. I got 2-0 City.
Watch this 4-1. Watch this 4-1. Demolishing, bro. Gonna get Van de Ven on the goal sheet once.
There you go. Yeah, probably.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then I'll have more goals than Saka. Then you can't say shit.
Nick, one more.
Even your club. Watch out for Van de Ven.
Bro, I'm actually gonna say 2-1 Tottenham.
He's gonna be the only one that gets it right, unfortunately.
Watch, he's gonna be the green and watch.
Well, because Thomas Frank is under his job is under
Leeds threat. Arsenal.
This is a snooze fest.
Yeah,
it
might be 0-0 though.
Yeah, it's gonna. I'll just go 1-0 Arsenal, but this has 0-0 run all over it. I'll be honest.
No, I'll do 1-0 Arsenal too.
2-0.
Gabby corners, 70th minute.
Yeah, I can see it.
Own goal and set piece, bro.
Or own goal, yeah.
Own goal set piece. Yeah, I'm at that 0-0.
It goes both ways. I talked about like players not being scared in open play, but bro, you can see the players are terrified at corners. You know what I mean? It goes both ways.
They're assaulting the goalkeeper, every player. Like, and everyone else.
Dude, that's the thing. That's one area this season they really need to figure out.
No, they're not doing that. That's not happening.
It's too gray.
You can stand around the goalie, right? I mean, the goal last weekend, they showed it. No one's touching the keeper's trying. Lamans is trying to get around everybody, right? But no one's pushing into him, right? I mean, listen,
that was a mosh pit.
Referees love protecting goalkeepers. Let's not sit here and act like Arsenal are elbowing goalkeepers and scoring. So it's easy to say that, but it just they can probably fix it. Don't get me wrong. Like maybe you can't crowd the area. That's probably a rule they can add. Don't get me wrong, but
for me, it's not the pushing. It's the rule that I'm always confused with this season is blocking the keeper when it's a crowded box. And some of the ruling, I'm not even talking about Arsenal games specific. I'm talking about just in general. Bro, I've seen some, and we've all seen it, right? Like this season, Force got absolutely screwed by one where it's like, what are you talking about? And then City always seem to get away with it. Whatever. We're not going to get into that, but
it's a tricky one to fix. It's tricky to fix. If a player stands in the 6, and the goalie can't get around him, is it a foul? I mean,
people are you're going to crowd the penalty box. So you can always argue the goalkeeper's vision is semi-blocked to some degree.
But then you're just and then it's tricky. I agree. I'm not saying it should be the case. Too many rules. Yeah, we don't need more VAR. Now looking at every single point. That's not the answer either. So
exactly.
Straight up though. All right, did we do it, boys? We have any other? Oh wait, do we have?
I think that was a proper.
Wait, hold on.
Oh yeah, informed player of the week. Yeah. Who's our informed player of the week? I'm giving it to. I think I gotta.
I know this is a long stream, but we're gonna have to do a player of the team of the month as well as end of January.
We'll end up another one. Kind of late. Let's do it in February.
Let's do that next week.
Perfect. All right. Yeah. Team of the or player of the week.
Player of the week. I'm gonna give it to Patrick Dorgu for that flawless season goal.
I'll give it to Cunha just because
he
got the actual.
I think Szoboszlai deserves a shout. I feel like he scores every game. That guy.
Szoboszlai is he has a shout for player of the month for consistency, but I don't think he's player of the week. You know what I mean? He can maybe get into not player of the month, sorry, team of the month. My God,
team of the month for sure. Yeah.
Liverpool are in big trouble if he was out.
That's the homework for next week. All right, be prepared for your team of the month and debates. All right.
Yeah, so I believe that's the goal and assist.
That's the vow. All right, we got some contenders. All right, okay.
Goal and assist.
All right, we'll see. We got some good shots.
I meant for player of the week.
Yeah, player of the week. So we have Dorgu, we got Cunha, we got Estevao, and Szoboszlai.
Yeah. It could be Mbeumo too. I can't lie.
Mbeumo too.
It could be own goal. Own goal's been killing it.
Own goal.
Owen goal.
He's a great striker.
It could be Owen Goal.
Owen goal. Owen goal is nasty. I love it.
Owen goal, yeah, bro. That's proper.
Honestly, I would have probably
Cunha.
All right.
Dorgu.
So we're doing Dorgu?
Everyone else has one vote, and I haven't voted yet. So if I vote Dorgu, then Dorgu 2 votes.
So then
that's
Dorgu
it. Let's do it.
Are we done? That's it. We did it, boys. All right. So welcome or thank you for coming to this Matchweek review. Another informed session brought to you by Touchwater Productions. I'm your host. They call me Marcus. We got Potts. We got Wrath on the beat. Steve-O, our guest, and maybe future newcomer, Waleed. Shout out.
Come on.
Appreciate you, boys. Appreciate it.
Yeah. And we'll be back next week, so don't forget to tune in, like, subscribe, drop a comment, and let us know what team you support. Until next week.
Peace.